This episode is brought to you by the future. Oatly had experts look into the future, which is totally possible, by the way, and then report back about what things will taste like when we get there. Learn about bold ideas, the dawn of decaf, and the rise of fiber in the Future of Taste report on Oatly.com. Welcome back to the Coffee Show, everyone. My name is Kirk Pearson, and I'm joined today by, you might know him as Breakfast Shirts. I know him as Mark Crotti, which is of Italian descent, we believe. Correct. Yeah, you said you had something.
So yesterday I went to breakfast with okay, do you remember this song Time to Say Goodbye by Andrea Bocelli?
Oh yeah, of course.
Time to say. I went to breakfast with his son, who's a touring musician with Universal. So we did like a little brekkie episode, and that was just a little Italian sort of segue.
Did he have a voice of an angel?
He had a beautiful speaking voice.
Yeah.
He is a beautiful human, one of the nicest, most genuine guys ever, which is so nice when you meet someone who's, comes from that type of fame or whatever. Was such a legend. I couldn't actually recommend him higher. Now, I might go to his show tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, so, yeah, anyway.
I was at Market Lane in Paran a few weeks ago, and there was this guy just singing opera, just busting it out. I was like, this is awesome. Because, you always get your acoustics and you get people doing all sorts of stuff.
Get some variety.
But the first time I've seen opera busking, so to speak. And
yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah, no. And, Italians are so elegant,
They can be.
Women all want to be with Italians. You know what I mean?
Until they don't.
See, my girlfriend, I probably shouldn't be saying this on the podcast, but my girlfriend's got a friend, let's just say, and she took a trip to Italy, and let me just tell you, I got all the goss. It's Italian men are doing it in all the right directions. So yeah. Anyway, welcome to the show, guys. So Mark has compiled some binding data. Mm-hmm. So this data is binding forever. Yep. Every finding of this data is pretty much in perpetuity. Correct. So
I put a poll up basically asking people, what is your favorite coffee out of the biggest coffee suppliers / roasters in Australia that I could think of. So it wasn't a perfect list, but I just listed the 16 sort of biggest ones to my knowledge. I wanted to get an opinion poll on who everyone prefers, So
right. Were you shocked by the answers or?
Yeah, there was some shocking things for sure. But what else I did with it, I said, what coffee do you drink? Do you add any extras and like full cream or, no? So we can actually alter the data. So someone may be the most popular, but for flat white drinkers, what's the most popular,
Okay.
So we have that data available.
Well, I feel like we should lead in with a crescendo. Start with the least interesting stuff first and then lead up to,
number one. Don't just give number one straight away.
So in terms of categories, what would you say is should we start with alternative milk and that kind of thing? Or how deep does the data go?
It's pretty deep.
So you've used Jotform,
and
Jotform's got AI capability.
Yeah, so you can just ask it, hey, based on the data for people who drink Tiger Nut and flat whites, who's the most popular?
Okay, so you're pretty much like coffee's designated AI guy now.
No, I'm not.
You're an AI guy.
This is the first time I've used AI this much, but it just came with this software, and I'm just asking it questions because I don't know how to use the Excel. It's great.
All right. Well, with your Mr. AI,
Well, who do you reckon came? Should we just?
Oh, you want to have some predictions?
Yeah. Who do you think came last overall
in the roasting category? Or
well, all the ones that I included, right?
Mm-hmm. Most of them. Yeah.
It's not the roasting category. It's just as an opinion preference poll. Who do you think would have come last out of that list?
Oh boy, could get me in trouble here. Let's go. Saint Ale.
Last.
All
out of popularity.
Well, you see,
I will remind you, Starbucks is on the list.
Well, Starbucks is on the list.
Yeah,
all right, Starbucks then, because I had to say something I feel comfortable with because I used to work for them. I still get along with them great. So if Lachlan CEO sees it, I can be like, yeah,
he'll just laugh about it.
We're friends, so it's like I can get away with that one. I don't want to attack anyone.
Okay,
that was my thinking.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
no,
You're
Starbucks.
too diplomatic.
Starbucks. Sorry, Lachlan.
But I'll give you some more. There was Zarafas, Vittoria, Starbucks, Lavazza, Merlot, Grinders, Pablo and Rusty, Toby's Estate, 7 Miles, Owner, St. Ali, Campos, Venenzino. How do you say that one?
Veneziano.
I'm Italian. It's just
Yeah,
embarrassing.
yeah.
And Piazza d'Oro. So you would say Starbucks is last?
Oh, definitely of that one. Like it's like sitting here now, it's probably the lowest quality. But can I just say, Toby's Estate has had the biggest glow up of a coffee brand of all time. They used to be like, I used to consider them a focaccia bar coffee roaster. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And like, but they have like over a period of time rebranded, improved their look, started buying new coffees. I think they've actually sort of culled a lot of their wholesale customers to be able to present better.
Wow, that's good on them.
I've never seen a coffee brand do that quite like they have. So
at that scale too.
and then you go to their store in Sydney or their store in Melbourne, it's really, really good.
Yeah, the Melbourne one's cool.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, which I reckon, are we allowed to swear on this podcast?
Sure.
I reckon this was bullshit. That new Toby's Estate shop got voted the best cafe in the world or something in one of those articles.
That was last year, yeah.
Yeah, or like when it's still last year. Those articles, surely you're paying to be on that, because how can you really
I don't know.
Be the best cafe in the world?
Yeah, see, I don't know how it's judged entirely.
Yeah.
But sometimes I do wonder if Stevie Wonder is, the head adjudicator. Like it's there are some questionable decisions there. I actually think Toby's is up there in Australia.
Okay.
Sure.
Did you rate them highly when you did it on the poll? Did you do the poll?
I haven't done the poll.
You haven't done the poll?
I haven't done the poll.
Interesting.
Well, I'm
getting the actual data here.
I can't. It'd be,
it'd be biased.
improper given my standing right here. Okay. But if I were to vote a number one cafe in the world right now, just before we get onto to the AI data, Benchmark Coffee, UAE. I've said this, I'm on the record saying this multiple times. It's actually quite a drive away from the Dubai. It's like a 1 hour drive from Dubai. Yeah. And it's like the middle of nowhere, seemingly.
Yeah.
And it's like these guys hit hard.
Is this the company you were telling me you have shares in?
Yeah. But they're like, I walked into their green bean room where like they're holding coffee and it's just full of Panama geisha. I'm like, there must have been millions of dollars worth in there. Like just incredible.
Okay.
And, and they export so much to China and obviously sell domestically and throughout the Middle East, crushing it.
Yeah. Is that the stuff that you took back that time, which was worth a lot?
I got some sent to me from
you,
the farmer directly, but
wow.
Yes, they're buying all that kind of stuff left, right, and center. So
cool.
Anyway, to the magical spellbinding poll.
Yeah, I don't know where to start, man. Should we just go for it in order of least popularity to most?
Yeah.
Overall, based on all the votes, who came in at the bottom in position 16? The least popular was, and this is aggregated from. So if someone voted someone 16, like 16th last, they get 16 points. Someone's voted someone 10, they get 10 points. 1. So whoever's got the lowest score
wins.
Is the most popular.
Golf scoring. We're going.
Yeah,
golf
I'm
scoring.
not sure if like what you call that in terms of but anyway. Okay, so 16th position was Zarafas.
Zarafas.
Do you know Zarafas?
Yeah, I do. Like I don't know anyone from there, but I'm familiar.
It's like
with
a
the
chain,
brand.
and they have like sort of drive-throughs, or it's more like fast food coffee.
Is it mostly in South Australia?
No, I think Queensland and stuff. There's heaps up in Gold Coast, Queensland area.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe they wouldn't have been one of the biggest ones. Maybe they shouldn't have been on that list. But I heard from a good source that the owner is a legend.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm probably going to butcher this, but I think he was originally, he's an American dude. He came over to Australia and just built the business up from the ground up. And he's got a venue now, like he supports music. Like, well, fuck, I don't even know how to. I've never met him, so
we
do your own
celebrate
research.
success in this podcast. We appreciate.
Yeah,
when
I love
people
that.
succeed.
Yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to put them on there because I know they're popular up that way. 15th position, Victoria.
Victoria.
Yeah.
Victoria's also attempted to have that like sidebar specialty range, and like they've got the capacity to do it well. I think the challenge with them is everyone associates them with being, a commercial brand, using commodity grade coffee. But,
but do they?
Well, they have a specialty range. They did, as far as I'm aware. But yeah, they can.
Yeah, okay.
It's a massive company too.
Huge. Yeah.
Huge. I used to have a friend that worked for them as a sales exec, and he was telling me the numbers. Like the logistics behind roasting all that coffee is incredible.
Insane, yeah. Well, every time I have one, it's just very dark and.
But you know what?
Some people like that though.
Majority of people like that.
Yeah.
In our specialty bubble,
Yeah.
we're like, oh, bubblegum, coffee, Panama Geisha, me doing that. But like at the end of the day, if you take a step back, that's what the majority of people in the world like. So
Fair. Yeah. And you know what? The older I get, the more I have a taste for darker coffee.
yeah, and
Just killing all my taste buds. With
we were just
everything.
having a chat about that Australian tradesman. It was like, I don't want any of the bloody fancy stuff. Just give me the bloody medium blend.
Yeah, the older I get, the more I will start to enjoy these coffees.
Yep.
But I was surprised that they got a worse ranking than Starbucks, who came in at 14th.
Really?
Yeah. Is that not weird?
Well, yes and no, because Starbucks is having a resurgence in Australia. Like,
Why?
because there's this whole like ice drinks craze, which has kind of changed.
That's why.
And I think it's changed into the future.
Yeah, but I would have hoped people are sort of just voting on the coffee Oh, you mean iced coffee drinks? They would have been taking those into account.
But
Yeah, I
there's
guess
something into a Starbucks. Like even though like it's easy to hate a big company, like they've done really well.
Yeah.
If you listen to, there's a podcast that Howard Schultz did on, I forget the name of it. It was like this business podcast. It'll come to me later, but listening to his story was pretty incredible. So
Cool.
yeah, like I want to see smaller roasters succeed, but I credit where credit's due. They've done a good job over a sustained period of time. And
Yeah, I definitely have appreciation for anyone or any group that's able to get a business that big. For sure. But interesting, because when I had a coffee there last, it tasted disgusting.
yeah.
Next was Piazza d'Oro,
Piazza d'Oro.
which is kind of like the roaster you would imagine to see at like a Baker's Delight or something. And I can't even recall the last time I've had one personally, but you just class them down there.
So every now and then when I go to an Italian restaurant, though, I like that strong, Robusta espresso to finish.
Yeah, and you know what? When I went to Italy and I was just drinking espressos, you build a different palate, and then it's the same when you change. If you change to a different alternative milk, disgusting the first time. You go from full cream to oat or vice versa or anything. But then once you adapt, even when you switch back to full cream, that's disgusting then. So your palate can really change based on what you're drinking constantly. Okay, so Piazza d'Oro, 13th. 12th position was Lavazza.
Lavazza?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that the biggest coffee company in the world?
Is it? You would know this more than me.
It would be up there.
There.
I think, maybe like Starbucks or Illy or Nestle if you want to categorize that. But
I kind of just wanted to put places in that definitely have cafe accounts as one of the, So Lavazza has retail and probably lots of cafes too, from what I've seen.
Yep.
Okay, so they were 12th. 11th was Merlot.
Merlot.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to tee off here.
I was waiting because you're being way too diplomatic. I'm like, do we have to just play nice this whole podcast?
This one, yeah. Look, no one from Merlot is ever going to want to talk to me after this. But when I used to live in Brisbane, it made me feel sick.
Yeah.
Like very dark roasted. Just, I don't know where they get that coffee from. But
they quadruple crack the beans probably.
Well, you know what? I think it not made me feel sick from like what it tasted like, but made me feel sick from how caffeinating it was. Like you drink a Merlot, you're fucking like flying to the moon.
Yeah.
You drink Merlot coffee, you are like instant transmission Goku. Like,
well, I guess some people like that.
Which is maybe a good thing, but my little...
I'm happy to feel that way if it tastes bearable. But every time I've had it, so now when I see that bright blue, I shudder a bit.
Yeah.
I just can't go there.
Because you see it when you get off the airport, when you get into the airport of Brisbane, you're like, ugh.
That's the bodily reaction I have from when I've had Merlot. Okay, well, I guess I'm not going to work with them ever again after that. But
sorry.
Okay, then Grinders in 10th.
Grinders.
They're Melbourne. Are they Melbourne based?
They are all over the joint, I guess. But they've got a facility here. I think they've got one in... I think their roastery is here, and then they've got like facilities up in Sydney, but owned by Coca-Cola these days.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
So part of the Coca-Cola Amatil group.
Probably a good time to add, and I have to keep re-clarifying this. This is all opinion based, and things we are saying are our opinions of the taste and stuff. So we're allowed to have opinions.
We're allowed to have opinions.
Absolutely. But man, it's getting me in like a bit of thick water or whatever they say, hot water, thick water.
Yeah, but if it like this podcast would not be good listening if I was too, worried about brand deals and all that sort of stuff.
Oh, I'm not talking about brand deals. I'm talking about someone at this, let's say, company. I've heard through a friend and a friend this. They don't they don't like you because you said this about their, and it was just opinion based. And then it's like, fuck, you know what I mean? So I'm just.
Well, there's probably like a sniper rifle pointed at my head after what I just said about Merlot, but you know, it's it happens. Sometimes you got to do it.
You have to do it, man. We have to do this.
I get myself in hot water every week. So
yeah, me too. Yeah,
you just gotta not care about it and move on.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, just wanted to get that out of the way. Ninth was Pablo and Rusty.
Pablo and Rusty was ninth.
Did you think they'd be lower?
I thought they'd be higher.
Interesting.
Yeah, because Pablo and Rusty's they knocked me back for a job before. That's why I've got a cafe now. If Pablo and Rusty's had said yes to giving me a job,
you wouldn't have a cafe.
I probably wouldn't have a cafe.
Interesting.
So, yeah, all these things work out for a reason, kids.
Yeah.
You know, if you get knocked back for a job, not the end of the world. You go and do something else. So, you know.
Okay, interesting.
And they do. I like those guys. They're seriously good operators. Probably one of the most eco-friendly coffee brands in the country, and you know, very future focused, which I like.
Yeah, cool. I didn't know that about them, but I'm glad you told me. So they're not, and this is for me the change in the tides of this is like halfway essentially.
We're in the top 8. MySpace
yeah, we're going
top
to the top 8. So from 9th and above, it's like, you know, you're pretty
big
good.
leagues.
Okay, 8th is the one that I can't pronounce, Veneziano.
Mm.
And I said this online. I seriously think I see Vittoria, Lavazza, Piazza d'Oro, and then I say it again? Veneziano, and my brain just classes them together. And so I'll have a bit of a reaction. Not a problem. Do you know what I'm saying? I'll be like, I don't want to drink it because it just...
have you been to Veneziano in Richmond?
No, I haven't.
You should go. You should definitely go.
I should go because...
it might sound like it's got that like Italian espresso sort of feel to it, which when it started, it probably did. But they are seriously good roasters. And if you go, they've got like a really good coffee program. The current Australian barista champion is employed by Veneziano Coffee Roasters, and you know they source and roast. So, and they've had Craig Simon win the Australian Barista Championship like
I don't know
3 or 4 times. Seriously heavy hitters.
Okay, cool.
And have been very instrumental in the Melbourne coffee scene developing the way it is.
Well, great, because I voted them 4th, I think, when I did mine, but I've been having a lot more recently. So I think I actually, because I've been having it at the Alleyway in Heidelberg, it's delicious. It's actually like I probably would have voted it 2nd or 3rd if I had my vote again.
Are you one of those consumers you like see the shop or the cafe with like a certain roaster out the front and you make your decision based off that?
Yeah. So, I can be absolutely, but
so you know how people have the barriers, and it's like I used to think, why do people do that? But then you see,
well, I do it not to go in; it's to not go in.
Okay,
so I don't like.
So it's a deterrent for you.
Yeah, if I see Merlot, I'm not going in.
Okay,
if I see Coffee Supreme, I'm not going in.
Ooh,
just personal taste.
What's your beef with
But
Coffee Supreme?
But the thing is, I don't have beef with them. They think I do probably.
Okay,
but I genuinely don't, because the brand is incredible. It is amazing. And they've sort of done what Le Mazzocco have done with, when you see a Le Mazzocco machine, you give a bit more trust to that cafe and you go in typically, right? And I think they've done the same thing, because when I still see those red signs, although I personally don't like them, I think what also goes on is, okay, that cafe probably is good because, I don't know, it's just something they've created with that brand. Maybe they'll definitely do good food as well. And so it'll still kind of attract me because I'm, do you know what I'm saying? It has that feel of trusted.
Yeah.
Because they're so good at the branding, and like you see the machine and then you see that red signage from Coffee Supreme and it gives the same thing as the Le Mazzocco machine.
It is some of the best branding in all of coffee.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I think it's just, whenever I've had it, it just tastes weird.
Is it very strong for you?
No, it's not strong is not the word. It tastes like there's been detergent through the machine.
Ooh.
Or something like that. And you don't taste it until 1 or 2 seconds after you sip it. It's like, okay.
It's a weird...
The only reason I noticed is because I've had that from time to time and I've never really observed what the coffee is. And then once I just started looking Coffee Supreme, like, oh, it's Coffee Supreme. Then I did it again in a couple months, Coffee Supreme again.
There's this cafe that when I was living in Brisbane, I lived in Brisbane for like 4 months in 2016, just a brief period. And there was a cafe, I think it was called Gauge. Yeah, I think it was called Gauge. And they were a Coffee Supreme account. Only place I've ever drank Coffee Supreme, and I thought it was good back then. So, but it's a very New South Wales, Queensland, Kiwi brand, don't you think?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think Kiwi was where it started, and then they got bought out by some big company. Someone told me recently or something. So
my dad lives in New Zealand, and he always complains about the coffee.
does he?
He tells this story. He rings me up every week and he says, "Oh, I ordered a coffee and it was a bit too hot. I went on a trip to Spain and came back and it was still too hot to drink." They make their coffee extra hot over there.
They do. Yeah.
And everything's double shot. So
Everything. I have to ask for singles when I was over there. Yeah, recently. So true. So yeah, that's my beef with Coffee Supreme, which is not actual beef.
Sniper rifle pointed at your head
Sniper
right
rifle. Let's go.
now. Check him out.
Yeah, it's just a taste thing, personal taste thing, but killer branding. And so many people, like they got pretty good votes in here. We'll get to them soon. And I think when you look at some of the top ones here, it's like they're the best at branding. Go figure.
Yep.
How important is having good branding?
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, it's very important.
It's
very important.
At that, especially at that size company, it's everything.
Yeah.
You do not have to. Whenever I see, it's like the same with musicians or artists or whatever, any category, business, you do not necessarily have to have a great product to absolutely kill it,
Yeah.
you know?
Well,
And that's not a dig. That's inspiring for me. I'm like, fuck, I'm doing so many things wrong. There's so many things that I don't do well and good, but you can still make grounds and grow your business even if you haven't nailed the product.
Yeah, true. But I think like when people, and this is something that St. Ali do particularly well, they sell the lifestyle of it. It's
Exactly.
like, you know, if you're drinking this coffee, you can you can achieve this. And like, I think that's one thing I really learned from working there.
Yeah.
And I'm not just saying that to compensate for the faux pas I issued earlier. So, but
No, that's good.
But they put a lot of focus into branding and employ some really good people to do that. So
Yeah.
not by mistake.
Yeah, absolutely. It's cool. It's inspiring. Okay, so P&R, 8th position. Say it again.
St. Ali?
No,
Veneziano?
Why can't I do it, man? It's same with cinnamon.
Yeah, okay.
Veneziano. Okay.
So the owner's name is Rocky Veneziano. Imagine if you went to school with a guy named Rocky Veneziano.
Rocky.
Right? That's a badass name.
That is cool. Veneziano. Okay. They're 8th. 7th was Toby's.
Toby's Estate.
Yep. Do you think that's where they should be or higher?
Oh, I'd put them higher.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, 6th was 7 Miles.
7 Miles.
Yep.
Okay.
5th was Coffee Supreme.
Coffee Supreme number 5.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Does that check out for you?
Yeah.
Okay. 4th was St. Ali.
Okay. Right. Interesting.
3rd was Campos.
Interesting.
2nd, All Press.
All Press?
All Press, number 2.
Boy.
Which is back to the branding thing.
Yeah.
Didn't they nail branding for like the last 10 or 15, 20 years, maybe? I don't know how long.
In an interesting way as well, because it doesn't look that like, it's not like that modern really. And they've been quite consistent modernizing it if you like. So it's always sort of maintained the same image, but like they just dominate, don't they? Especially in New Zealand. If you go to New Zealand, it's everywhere. One of my dad's neighbors is Michael Allpress.
Oh, really?
So yeah.
Wow.
My dad's a big time shooter, like big time hunter.
Does he rip on his coffee as well?
No, he likes it.
He likes Allpress.
But my dad always goes and shoots rabbits at his house. Gets rid of the rabbits.
Really?
Yeah. So yeah, my dad just loves hunting. So.
That's mad.
So the grand reveal. Mark, who is the number 1 coffee roaster in Australia?
Well, I'm probably going to pronounce them wrong as well, but Owner.
Owner Coffee is the number 1 coffee roaster in Australia.
According to Breakfast Shirt's voters, yeah.
According to Breakfast Shirt's data.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, congratulations to Owner.
Yeah. I actually voted them number 1 as well.
Is that right?
In my poll, yeah.
Okay.
And I did make a comment when I did vote them number 1, which is I don't like the sweeter raspberry stuff. I'm not sure how many cafes have that as their house, but I've definitely gone to 1 or 2 where that's the main one I got, and I didn't like it. I want just the more chocolatey classic thing. So if we're going just on that, yep. I think that's been the most consistent, and every time I have it, I'm like, this is tasty.
Yeah, no, they do a good job. There's a few reasons for that. I think they're one of the roasters where they actually say no to accounts if you're not going to do a good enough job.
You know what? I reckon heaps of roasters are using that line now as well as maybe an excuse because they
but these guys genuinely do
Genuinely,
it. They
okay.
genuinely do it. So they really control the product, and that move alone has allowed them to get so many more accounts.
Yeah.
Because they also employ people that regularly go and check in. One of my friends, Reese Woods, down here, and Hanny, Brewster Hanny, they're account managers for Honor, and they've not only have they had continuity in that, but they really do maintain the standard.
Yeah.
Even in this like really tough environment, business climate, they're still winning so many accounts. Like
Good on them.
which is they started supplying Loon croissant, like last year, and that's huge.
Do they do the same thing that Campos do with like you're only allowed one Campos per suburb or whatever it is? Because I know Campos did that for a while.
Well, I think they keep some
Like
level
exclusivity
of distance.
Yeah.
So it's not in their interest to do it right next to each other. Because your account that's successful might crack the shits. So
Yeah.
I think I don't know
You
the
don't
full
know,
answer.
yeah.
So what was the criteria for a roaster to be on this list? Was it
It was just
Dictator
16,
Yeah.
16 of the ones who I thought were the biggest in Australia.
okay?
Like I definitely missed 5 senses. They probably should have been on that.
Probably
There's probably 4 or 5, but like fuck.
Axel.
How many? Axel, would they be one of the bigger ones now? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I probably missed 4 or 5, but I feel like I didn't want to make it too long because then people aren't going to be as serious with their votes. So I needed to condense it. We could do one which is like 50 roasters, proper coffee people.
What? So maybe we
Or
should,
the mid-size, get rid of the Starbucks, the Zarafas,
you know what you need to do? A bracket. Like, so you remember, have you ever seen the March Madness in college basketball where it's like, or do you follow that page Puberty on Instagram? Basically it's like a
tiered,
you got like 32 entrants and like it's 1 versus 1 and then they progress, right?
like the tennis tournaments.
Yes, exactly. So I think maybe this can be like the beta edition, but
That's a good idea.
We need a bracket.
So people just, it's Campos versus St. Ali, click,
Yeah.
boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Jeez, hopefully Jotform could do that. That'd be cool.
I will say as well,
Yeah.
St. Ali 2016 is the greatest cafe to ever exist.
Okay.
So
Is that the one where in Melbourne where they made them wear like the uniforms that look like prison uniforms?
that's what
cafe?
they do now. That's what they do now. So they're wearing jumpsuits.
Okay.
Thankfully, never had to do that.
Yeah.
But branding.
Yeah, great branding.
But that in 2016, they used to use this like biodynamic, unhomogenized milk, which fat is good for you, bro. It's good for you in milk, and it makes everything taste good.
It does.
Actually, I've got a bit of a blazing hot take. It's maybe not blazing hot, but
Semi-hot.
skinny milk should just be abolished. Like skim milk, light milk, we got to get rid of it. It's terrible for coffee.
The funniest thing about this is I love asking cafe owners when someone orders skim, do you actually give them skim? 50% of them, let's just say 50, say no, I just give them full cream, or I just put a dash of water in the full cream.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, that effectively gives you the same outcome. But
Right.
Yeah,
An alarming amount do that.
but it doesn't taste as good. You're not really going to lose much weight just transitioning to skinny milk. Like in a daily calorie deficit, like you're going from 3.5% fat to 2.5% fat.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to lose that much weight.
Especially in a small flat white.
You're ruining your coffee, and you can't get good latte out with it either. So I want skinny milk abolished.
At cafes. One less milk to have for the cafes who are doing the right thing and stocking it.
Yeah.
The right thing. I don't know what the right thing is anymore, but
Yeah,
I
no.
agree with your hot take.
Just abolish it.
Abolish it.
So what's the most surprising thing in the data for you? Which one do you reckon is the most shocking result?
The funny thing is it kind of ended up where I thought it would.
Okay.
I thought Starbucks would be dead last. Among Piccolos, there was some changes. Like Coffee Supreme was in 3rd spot for Piccolos.
Okay.
Merlot was last for Piccolos.
Oh, yeah.
Which makes sense because I only drink Piccolos and
It'd be like drinking charcoal.
yeah, it's not good. So there was some slight changes on the Piccolo front, but I will share with you some of the most popular answers.
Okay.
Full stop. So the most popular answer was people voting Starbucks last. 179 people voted Starbucks in 16th.
Yep.
But because some people voted them really highly, that's why they ended
Elevated.
up. Yep. This most second popular vote was people voting Victoria as 15th. So 161 people did that.
Okay.
And Zarafas as 16th was the third most popular thing. The fourth most popular thing that happened was Ona was voted number 1 125 times.
Nice.
Only out of 500 people as well. Pretty exceptional.
Yeah, no, that's a great result. It's a good endorsement of them, what they're doing.
Yeah. Okay, this is shocking. Say it again.
Veneziano.
Veneziano. They were voted 14th 101 times, which is...
Really?
Yeah.
See, a lot of people...
That's my theory, man. People see that name and they don't actually know it's really good coffee because it's classed in with all the other names
Like
that have
the
similar
Italian
names.
stuff.
The Italian stuff, they need to rebrand.
The irony is they're an extremely specialty focused business.
Yeah, they need to...
But they're owned by like a bigger group, right?
Who isn't?
So it's owned by, but it's founder-led
Okay.
still. So Rocky Veneziano and I think it's Craig Dixon, they co-own the company,
Cool.
I guess. So it's under what's called the Nomad Coffee Group.
Okay.
And they also own Black Bag Coffee Roasters who roast for Aldi and,
Wow.
a bunch of other big
Cool.
corporate accounts. They're probably one of the biggest coffee conglomerates in the country.
Are they?
Yeah. And Veneziano is their specialty. But it's always been called. It's always been called Veneziano.
Yeah.
And they do some seriously good specialty coffee.
Yeah, they as I said, it's so tasty. Okay, so that's probably the most. Yeah, there's so many things to review here, but
What
do you have
about-
any questions about?
Can we get some AI on some milk preferences?
Okay,
I want to know milk preferences.
yeah. Let me ask. So what's the question?
So what
Out of oat,
rank the most popular milk choices? Like for example, is full cream number 1 and oat milk number 2.
Oh yeah, I can see
Yeah.
that easily.
Yeah.
So, okay, where is it? What milk do you have? 45% is full cream. None, 25% was the next popular. So people drinking espressos and
Black coffee.
black coffee. Yeah.
Okay.
Next was oat at 11%, almond at 7%, soy at 6%, and then the remaining 7% was made up of all the other ones.
Isn't it funny how in like a matter of like 5 years, oat has just completely overtaken the Australian market? Do you remember like before COVID, oat wasn't even a thing. And then now, and bonsai was like reigning supreme over everyone. And now...
I think, yeah. But I think it's changing again. Bonsai is even making a bit of a return.
Is it?
I think so.
Okay.
I'm just going on, what's the word? Intuition of what I've been observing.
Anecdotal evidence.
Yeah, and just being around and and how funny is it how quick a milk preference can change for the nation and how much that would affect these milk companies. Like people were ordering so much more oat 2 years ago. Now they're not, and they've just built up this business to account for all the supply. And then just like over 6 months, someone released a bad article on almond or whatever, and now
a personal trainer did a podcast and said oat milk's going to give you like cancer and make you pregnant and die and shit. So I know exactly what you mean. Is there like a brand of alternative milk preference in the jot form, or did we not ask that?
No, I didn't ask for brands.
Okay.
That would be a good one.
Yeah, that would be a real good one.
We'll add it to ours.
This podcast is sponsored by Oatly, by the way. So,
Is it?
they would rank very highly. But I do also, I use Oatly at the shop and I like their products. So,
yeah, cool. It's a good one.
They do like oat cream and stuff like that as well, which we use in our oat matcha. Like alternative milk matcha is hard sometimes, like because it doesn't have the fat and the proteins and stuff like that,
right?
And like it doesn't always taste nice. But you use this oat cream, volumizes a bit. It's good.
Okay, and it gets that thickness or whatever you're after. Okay, so and then the other data was any additives. 95% of people don't add things to their coffee.
That's a win for this country.
I would like to praise the Breakfast Shirts audience for that because that's amazing. You don't need 9 sugars and 3 equals and honey and cinnamon and all this stuff.
95% of Australians do not add
I love
anything.
how we're saying Australians based on a 500-person.
Hey, this is sample data. This is like I studied statistics for a little bit. This is classified as sample data.
Okay.
It could be used as a somewhat reasonably accurate model.
Yep.
And 95% of Australians, to double down on the point, 95% of Australians do not add anything to their coffee. Awesome. We love it.
Yeah, I just don't believe that. But because how many times you own a cafe or 2 cafes?
Yeah.
How many times people saying 3 sugars with your coffee?
Oh,
you're in the city though, so maybe not as much.
But we've got a sophisticated coffee drinker down here. But I would say it's like for our business, 90 would seem accurate and reasonable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
You might have a particularly sophisticated audience.
Yeah. Well, yeah, maybe. When we do if we do this proper poll,
bracket.
Before we even get to the brackets, it's like, are you a bogan or a city folk?
Yes.
And then
so we can have 2 categories. Okay, right.
Yeah. Okay.
I like that.
Okay, and 50% of the people who voted were actually from New South Wales. This is probably an important stat to add. 25% Queensland, Victoria 20%, and then the rest small amounts. I didn't make ACT available as a state, which I cop slack for, but
well,
come on.
And no, I'm gonna back ACT on this one because ACT has a really flourishing coffee industry.
Yeah, Red Brick Coffee,
Red Brick and Owner, the number one roaster in all of
True.
And they can't even get a mention in the Breakfast First poll. They're not even counted in the data.
Well, I just figured for all those coffee, Owner and they supply places within New South Wales. Because ACT is in New South Wales.
But
so just make it easier. How much work do you want me to put in this poll?
A lot. Like,
Too much, man.
Because it's free work. You're not getting paid for it, which means
It's a throwaway dumb idea. I'm not going too hard.
But, Honor Coffee, they own that town. They own Canberra for coffee, and they've done such a good job. I traveled there in 2017 or 18 just to go drink coffee. That's how good it was. I flew to their Sydney stores opening for the day just to go try their coffee.
I love that from you.
It was because the head buyer, the head of coffee, his name's Sam Cora, very low key guy, but he's probably one of the most. I would say he's on my coffee professional Mount Rushmore.
Oh, okay.
He's like a nerd, but operates in the shadows. You know what I mean? Like just master roaster, master brewer. Shit's excellence.
That reminds me, you know what else I'd love to do? A product, maybe AI. Oh, now I'm going to sound like I love AI. I don't. I barely use AI.
You pretty much love AI.
I don't. I would love to see, and maybe we could build this on AI, a fantasy football version of your own cafe. Who would you have front of house? Who would you have back of house? Who would you have CEO? So everyone could build their own little cafe, like a virtual Sims cafe, but just like a player field.
Yes.
Kirk front of house, Soph, the girl I film with, as, a manager or...
Sophie Handsaker?
Yeah. No, she's front of house.
she's front of house, all right.
Yeah, and then like Brownie from Lords, he would be, on the till or this and that. And then you could build your own and share it with your
fantasy league.
Your fantasy league for who you would have in all the positions at a cafe, or and then it could go back to the roastery.
I feel like this could be done quite easily. I want to work with you on that. I want to work with you on that. That'd be really good.
And then you could within the app, click the person who's that. And this person works at such and such.
Profile, and then you click on Sophie Handsaker. It's got her greatest hits. Links
to videos, links to their cafe or something, and then everyone could publish their own. And baristas and people who work at cafes would probably get involved and do it just for a laugh.
I've got to say, Sophie and her husband Jason, fiance Jason, are they got me back into coffee because
that's nice.
Because So during COVID, I had a business and didn't do too well, and I moved back to the Central Coast, and I was packing chlorine at a factory, and I ended up getting a job with Riverina Fresh as a sales exec, and I swore to myself I'm never working in coffee. Like the job was kind of supplying cafes and stuff like that, but I swore to myself I would never go back. And then one day my manager was like, "Hey, there's this guy on the Central Coast where you are.
Yeah.
He's like really into coffee. I reckon he'd be into a lot of that frozen stuff. I told him I'd send you in to go show him some stuff because you got a big background. Can you go there? I was like, oh, sure. And then the first time I met Jason, he just body slammed me. Like, didn't even say hello, just hugged me.
Yeah.
And then Sophie is just being wild like she is. And I got to say that reinvigorated my love for specialty coffee, and is why I probably
That is so cool.
Without that happening, I don't think I would have worked again.
That is so nice. I love those full circle stories. And when I went there for the first time, Jay showed me the freezer with all the specialty things, and I think he made one for me. So that was probably came from you.
Yeah, me and him built that together, I guess, a lot of it. So
that's very cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that's a good idea.
The fantasy league.
Yeah.
Who would your CEO be?
Definitely not me.
Okay.
That's a good question. Who would my CEO be?
No, Kirk Pearson's pretty good.
You'd have to wait until you download the app and
Am I the communications manager?
I don't know where I'd have you. I'd have you in some type of R&D department, research and development maybe.
All right. I like that. That's a compliment.
Yeah, because you're making like weird flavors, you're doing the batch thing, and you have a close communication with the CEO and stuff for ideas that
report directly to him.
Report directly to the CEO. Yeah.
I've got some questions for you.
Yeah.
What's the number one cafe for a plate of breakfast in the country? You only
I can't answer, man.
No, you do. You have to answer.
I can't answer.
Come on, brother. You made me do it you made me do it before. You made me rank one last.
There's just too many in my head.
All right, give me all right.
I'll give you a bunch.
Give me 3.
Specific dishes?
I want the cafe and the dish that it is that you're like, this is
Mate, my favorite of last year.
Top 3 breakfasts in Australia.
Yeah, okay. It's so hard. The steak at Other Side Byron Bay.
Okay.
Just delicious. That won my breakfast of the year last year.
Other Side got breakfast of the year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I'm not even joking, man.
Right.
And you should know, I am not like a flavors person, like Bang and Sangers, Ross.
Mm-hmm.
He can talk to you about all the flavors and all the this and that. I'm just not that way inclined.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a foodie influencer with a wealth of knowledge.
Well, you are, but like you might not have the wealth of knowledge, but you're a foodie influencer.
No knowledge, man.
You rose to fame through breakfast. So don't give me that, Mark.
Just eating it, not having strong opinions about the actual breakfast.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? But okay,
so other side is in there.
You know who else is in there? In Melbourne, Fenton Farmhouse.
Fenton Farmhouse.
In Carlton.
That's the one where they source a lot of their own materials, ingredients.
Yeah, local produce, I believe.
They grow it and stuff as well?
I think some of it they do, yeah.
Okay, right. Fenton Farmhouse.
The sausage there is amazing.
Okay.
And every time I have breakfast there, it's just so sick, which segue to the sausages at Chibi. The little, I think, pork sausages, they're insanely delicious as well, but that's not my favorite brekkie.
Sidebar.
Third one would be... Oh, there's so many just flooding through my head now. Okay, Peace of Mind Whole Foods in regional Australia somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I had the most delicious breakfast there. I think it was some type of omelette or big brekkie thing, and I took a picture of it, and I just remember this tastes out. So it wasn't anything too crazy. It wasn't like quail eggs or this or that. Just good local produce, really tasty, and yeah. So there's 3 I can give you top of my head.
Yeah, make me hungry now.
Yeah, dude. Have you not been to Fenton Farmhouse?
No.
Whenever I tell someone I haven't been, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, well, I'll go now.
Go, man. Go for the brekkie.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, go to tomorrow. Yeah. Do you like chili?
Love chili.
One of them has chili in the name, and when me and my girlfriend went there recently, maybe a bit too much chili for me personally, but if you're a chili guy, I'm guessing you'll love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See, I've got like a bit of a special relationship with Axel. They help me with my business, but they have the baked eggs. Like shakshuka. Like that is.
Fuck. Shakshuka's gone away for a while. I remember it was a big thing in the inner west in Sydney 10 years ago.
Got to bring it back. Shakshuka is, one of mine. There's a place here called Operated Diner.
Yeah.
And this is greasy food. It's not, you're into like the healthy carnivore carpophobe guy. So.
Can be.
Sorry.
It's fine.
If like a dirty meal, Operated Diner is like,
Operated Diner.
Yeah, pancakes. They do this thing. They do a pecan butter on top of the thing. Like genius. Absolute genius.
I'd try that.
And then I've got to give, what's like a Sydney place that does a sick breakfast? Place in Sydney that's always packing heat for food. Double Cross Dining Room. That's pretty good.
Double Cross Dining Room?
Yeah.
Haven't been there. What's
Crow's
that?
Nest.
Crow's Nest.
But you know what my beef is with the Australian foodie scene at the moment? We give so much love to sandwiches. We give so much love to bakeries and burgers and stuff like that. When's Yum Cha going to get a seat at the table?
The moment.
You know? Yeah, like Yum Cha is got to be one of the best lunches of all time. You get a trolley wheeled to you.
Yeah.
Like the food comes to you and you get to pick, which one you want. Yum Cha should have a seat at Bang and Sangers should be going to Yum Cha.
Tell him.
Bang and Sangers, go to Yum Cha. They should have a seat at the table. I think Indian food's getting slept on. I would give
Indian food's not getting slept on.
I don't think it gets the love it deserves.
Okay.
I hold it to like a very high.
I know you do. We had that chat last time.
I'm like a massive Indian food guy.
I agree. Yeah, because I tour with a guy who it's the safest thing to eat on tour.
Mm-hmm.
You can always get a pretty solid Indian. Even if the place doesn't look good, it's usually pretty solid. And he's right. Yeah. So I've been converted to Indian food as well. You know what Matteo was telling me, the Italian guy? He said it's funny, in the last 10 years or something, sushi is having a rise in Italy. Like it was never that popular as a going out thing, but now it's the thing to go out in Italy for sushi.
Mm-hmm. Oh man.
We've had that forever though.
Italy and Italian and sushi just doesn't compute for me.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, that's interesting. Yeah.
Should we give like our top 3 places to get a coffee in Australia? And like it's encompassing everything, like ambiance.
To get a coffee.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to do it?
It's all nostalgia for me though.
Yeah. All right. Well, who goes first? You or me?
You go first.
Okay. All right. In no particular order, like just top 3.
You're wider than me, so you go first if like chess.
Okay. Fair. So I got to give Albies a show in there.
Okay.
Like the owners are both batshit crazy, which I absolutely love.
Yeah.
Coffee's really good, and like you get to sit by the lake there. That is an incredible spot to drink coffee. And I got to give one to Free State in Terrigal as well. Like again, my hometown, but you're sitting by the ocean.
I've been meaning to go there.
Having a flat white, roasted by owner. Some of the best. And it's just so relaxing sitting by the ocean drinking coffee.
Yeah.
I need to like get back to that place one day. Like that's where I need to go. And the third spot I'm also giving to New South Wales right now. Can you believe that?
Go.
Nothing to Melbourne.
Yeah.
And I live in Melbourne.
Fitting.
Gibby Little.
Gibby Little. Oh, she's got a coffee shop now.
Gibby Little. So unfortunately, got burnt down. And she's that type of person that's just got that dog in her. And I think she's got a neighbor that's a pub that's just got like a spare window. So she set up a coffee machine in there the next day.
Okay, why did it get burnt down? Accident or?
There's suggestion of foul play. So that hasn't been proven, which is another thing we should
Who would have something against her?
I don't know. Just like the most adorable little Thai woman that's just like.
You don't know or you don't want to say?
No, I have no idea. I don't think they know.
Okay.
So, but there's been a spate of fire bombings in Melbourne recently.
That's what made me think of it.
Yeah, because
is it true that there's some of these gangs are just going to businesses? You have to pay this protection fee for no. Is that made up?
I think it's to do with it's a syndicate that is supplying illegally sourced alcohol.
Oh,
so is the suggestion right now?
Yeah.
Again, we could get ourselves killed for the 3rd time this podcast, but. It's like there's a syndicate that's trying to supply venues alcohol, and if they don't comply with this request, they get firebombed.
Okay, I see.
And it's not happening in Sydney; it's only happening in Melbourne right now. And I suspect it's because kids can get away with anything here, so they're offering kids like $1,000 to go firebomb a place, and the kids there's not really any punishment for them, so there's no deterrent to like not commit the crime.
That reminds me of a few things. The barista shed in somewhere west of Sydney, cafe. It's owned by Matt at the time. He had it robbed by kids once, and they came in with samurai swords, like midnight or something. Broke in, and he raises the samurai sword. He raises the samurai sword like he's in Lord of the Rings or something, and just walks into the shop like no one there to rob it. Like 12-year-olds. It's got the footage. It's hilarious.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Kids just robbing cafes.
Yeah. Well, because they can get away with it. Like they get a slap on the wrist in Australia. I get you somewhat have to treat children differently, but like the consequence for the community is just like continual reoffending. It's
Something's got to be done.
I just reckon, you know what annoys me in Australia, and we'll get off the politics in a sec.
Yeah.
But I reckon judges don't get their comeuppance in this because they're the ones that cause these issues, right? They're the ones that make the judgment, and it's like, you went to university and studied law and all that stuff just to like, and you can't even get this right. Like, what the hell? And it's happening all over the world. Like, judges just let people off scot-free, and that just to go reoffend again.
They're probably scared of the backlash from the small minority of people who will kick up a stink about, punishing or convicting someone under.
Go get someone hurt. And we just saw in Australia, and it was very tragic. Yesterday, the little girl was found dead in the Northern Territory, and the alleged killer, was someone who was let out of jail with no conditions. And it was his 4th time in jail, and he was let out. And he wasn't on parole. He had no strings attached. Just free to go do what you want. Killed someone.
You're kidding me? That's
and
tragic.
So who and the judges that made that decision, or the parole board, or whatever, or lack of parole board, someone needs to get held to account for that, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And if it's a judge that just gets paid hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, and they're going and having lattes on a Saturday, not fucking good enough.
No.
Not fucking good enough.
That's wild.
It's
That's
stupid.
so shocking.
So anyway, it's sad, and it's outside the scope of the podcast. But if you want to know Kirk Pearson's opinion on that, it's just like,
there it is.
Judges get off scot-free, and it's bullshit.
Yeah. You tell them, Kirk.
So
tell them.
You need to vote for your top 3 in no particular order coffee shops now.
Oh, coffee shops. Oh yeah. Okay. I love what was originally called Little Earth in Kiama, but now it's called Beck's.
Kiama's just a sexy part of the world, isn't it?
Oh, it's so beautiful,
just
man.
Sexy.
And this cafe, it's nostalgia for me. You just sit there, you see the ocean, you get a bit of the breeze. It's got that community warm feeling. There's all locals everywhere. Coffee's so good. The people, the old owner was amazing. The new owners are incredible. It's just got that feeling like this feels like home. So I would say that's number 1 for.
Just repeat the name of it.
Beck's.
Beck's. Okay.
Yeah, it was called Little Earth, and they still use Little Earth coffee roastery, but now it's Beck's. Kane and Hayden run it, brothers. Number 2, it was just good vibe and where I like to get a coffee, right?
Yeah.
Where
it's not flavor, not like it's
just
all of
vibe. Yeah. Far out, man. Where do I
feel like Ocean Spot's are big
for
beneficiaries of this criteria.
Big time. Like Happy Days in Byron. Byron Bay, just at the back of a little industrial section. Nice little tables there, warm, friendly people. Like half of them are my friends, so it's bias again. You know what I mean? So it's like, but I loved getting a coffee there. Same with other side, to be honest. Outside in the sun, climate has an impact on these results. And okay, there's some of them top of my head. If I think of any more, I'll tell you. But there's so many.
You know the most underrated part of Australia? Perth.
You reckon?
Oh, bro. Perth, like Moggs, Eastern Australia, hands down. Western Australia.
I think you're just saying that just to be.
Have you been there?
Yes, I've been to Perth.
But like, have you seen a sunset on Rottnest Island?
Not on Rottnest, but I've seen sunsets
there.
Bro,
that is like the tip of the iceberg. I reckon that's where like I'm getting on one knee.
You're dropping a knee over there.
If I probably. I hope my girlfriend doesn't listen to this, but if I'm dropping a knee, it's at a particular spot, the most western part of Rottnest Island.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I'll show you a video I've got after this.
Okay.
Like just because growing up in Eastern Australia, I'm used to watching the sun rise. I had never actually watched the sun set on the ocean until I went there. And I'm just like, man, this is
same with me. It is a unique, it's different. Yeah. It's cool.
Yeah. Unbelievable. What's like you travel the world eating breakfast for a living. So what's like the sexiest part of the earth you reckon you've been to?
Sexiest part of the earth?
Yeah.
Just in general, like not coffee related. I love Australia, man. Every time I travel, a lot of the time I just itching to come back.
Do you think we're not proud enough as a country of being Australian?
Well, I think most people are.
Yeah.
I hope. It's such an amazing country, man.
Yeah.
I've been to so many countries now, and I've spent decent amount of time in, countries overseas. Australia is incredible.
One thing that bothers me about Australia is that we're not proud of our Indigenous culture.
Yeah.
And like
That's a shame.
and because and it's the oldest living human like race ever.
Yeah.
Going back 50,000 years or something.
Yep.
And I love Indigenous artwork, and I think one of the things that sometimes the political debate around Australia Day and stuff like that, I think it hijacks the narrative of like Indigenous affairs and reconciliation and all that sort of stuff. But I think it's a terrible shame because they did incredible things to survive for so long in like such a harsh climate. Like can you imagine not having electrical services or water flowing in Alice Springs like 300 years ago? And that's how these people lived and thrived.
Yeah, and they know how to like look after the land and all that
stuff.
They
do,
and
they've got a lot. They've got different techniques of like managing land to prevent bushfires and stuff like that. And I think it's all fascinating, and I wish we would celebrate it more. And something I want to do in the near future. So
speaking of, what are your thoughts on cloud seeding?
Cloud seeding is that when they like artificially
make it rain?
Well, I know they do it in the Middle East.
Yeah.
Because
I'm pretty sure they do it everywhere, man.
You reckon?
Well, like people are, I know who are look into this a lot, but they pointed out to me that's, when you get those lines in the, that's when it's going to start to rain tomorrow or something. And I just don't know, has it crossed over from, just being a conspiracy to, it's just normal now? I feel like we're in that middle zone for so many things. Like, did we go to the moon?
Well, what's the motive for cloud seeding?
I've heard some wild shit, bro.
Give me some.
I'll give you the wild.
These are the ones that you were told, so it's not your opinion.
No. Like just from what I've been told, one of the theories is, let's talk about Lismore.
You've got a lot of kooky people in Lismore. Let's be real.
Yeah, but
it's very close to Nimbin.
It is, but man, people were called kooky for being anti-vaxxers.
True.
7 years ago. So like I'm not necessarily deterred if people label a group as kooky anymore.
Yeah.
And I think more and more that's going to happen, So of course there can still be kooky people.
Let's just say there's a high per capita rate of marijuana smokers up there.
Sure. Okay. One of the theories was that the government wants to build a super city in Lismore, or some higher power wants to build a super city there. So they keep flooding the area intentionally. To get everyone to sell for dirt cheap, and the government, so they'll buy back all the property and build a super city.
Okay, but so it is in that like borderline tropical landscape where
I know
there is a high propensity for rain. Like
fully. So, I know. I'm just giving you some wild theories. And from speaking to people in Lismore during that time, it was weird how the army just rocked up and allegedly just stood there and didn't really help. But like they wanted coverage of the army there helping, but they just stood there and didn't do anything during, or
yeah. But this is to me going to like.
But this is from people who live there and have told me, and people who aren't kooky. They just said, they just rocked up and did a shoot and.
But how's this, right?
Yeah.
This brings into me the argument for Australian public servants.
Yeah.
Right. And as someone who's a big beneficiary of having so many public servants around their coffee shop, like I can tell you, there's not a lot of work being done. So
okay, that's a good explanation.
Yeah, and I attach the army to that, and apparently we've got like if someone were to try and attack Australia, we've got 2 days worth of missiles to defend ourselves.
Fantastic.
Yeah, no, but this is probably the hottest take of the whole podcast, right? I reckon if you cut the public service in Australia in half, it'll still run just as shit. You don't need to worry. Like it'll still be just as bad. So I don't think it would change a single thing. We would save so much money and reallocate the resources elsewhere.
Kirk for PM.
I don't think we get bang for our buck with our public service. Like I know so many people that have jobs, high-ranking jobs. I've got actual friends that work on like infrastructure projects in Melbourne. One of them has renovated his house because he only has to work like half of a day a week because it's all working from home.
Wow.
And he can get away with not having to really work much at all.
Yeah.
I got friends that work in counter-terrorism. They're like, I don't feel like working. I'm like, I feel like you should. Like
Get back to it.
Just the Australian Public Service, not known for its productivity. Let's be real.
Yeah, absolutely. I want a job with them sometimes.
You do.
Yeah, so
Well, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I want a cruisy life sometimes.
You could probably still do the exact thing that you're doing now.
And
like
I should.
you could probably drive around the country selling breakfast still and
Take a few calls.
work at the Aged Care Commission and like still fulfill your daily jobs and get paid like another 150,000 from the government. So maybe you should do it.
I'll think about it. Are you there? Do you think there's more capacity for people to have real success stories in business now in the current times? Like, are you inspired by that? The fact that something could just work for you, and do you think it's as attainable as?
It's definitely getting harder to attain.
You think it's harder, like even with all the I don't know.
Well, in some ways, the barriers to entry are probably lower.
Lower, yeah.
But I think if you need capital for something, it's definitely harder to get.
Yeah.
Like the only reason I've got a business is because my mum passed away, rest in peace, and she, left me like 60 grand, which I was able to. I still had to borrow money to open this cafe
to start. Yeah.
So like without that having happened, like I wouldn't be, thriving like I am now.
Yeah.
So and I think I get a lot of anxiety about the future. I work so hard now because I feel like 5 years from now, if you're not making a good income, you don't have a stable job, or if you're not self-employed, like I think it's going to be a real struggle.
In 5 years, yeah.
Yeah, I really do. Like that's not based on any knowledge that I currently possess, but like that's just my feeling.
Just instinctual
given
feeling.
the way, like, because with the AI taking jobs thing, that's not like a future thing. That's happening.
Yeah.
Square, the payment system, they cut their workforce in half recently. And like Uber, like.
Hey, let's talk about Square quickly. And this isn't an ad, but I spoke to the owner of a company called Ping, Pyng. Have you heard of him?
No.
Do you know in Asia, whenever you go and buy something, you scan a QR code and it's direct transfer, so there's no transaction fees.
Mm-hmm.
And because there's the new laws changing with transaction fees in Australia at the moment, everyone's freaking out. So this guy's bringing it to Australia essentially. So people just download the Ping app, cafes use it. And I spoke to him for 2 hours because I might be working with him and I really wanted to understand how it works, just, because I don't want to be giving people a bad thing, cafe owners, a product that's not good. But it seems pretty legit. Like if you convert 10% of your client, I said based on $1 million cafe, if someone converts 10% of their clients to use Ping, what are they going to save in transaction fees a year? And I think it was about $2,000 just for 10%. And he said, out of people using it, I think one of his accounts has 30%, and there's a high volume cafe. So they're saving lots of money. And it's not just for cafes, it's for anyone in retail. Those numbers, I can't remember exactly, but it's something to that effect. That's cool. If we start rolling out that, because it comes up on the screen and you just QR it and it's linked to your bank account. So as soon as it QRs, it comes up, it deletes, that QR code can't be scanned again, and the money's out of your account directly to them. No transactions. So
Right.
Square, Lightspeed aren't getting a cut. The banks aren't taking a transaction fee if they've got the POS or whatever. And the reason I like him is because none of the POS systems like him and none of the banks like him. So he's doing something right.
Yeah, well, they have like this monopoly on it, don't they?
Yeah.
Or this like oligopoly on it. It's
Like, would you give that Ping thing a try?
yeah, I would absolutely.
Yeah. I would be.
I currently use Square, but I'll give it a go.
You can still use Square, but just try it, and just for your loyal regular customers, hey, by the way, and you're here every day, you're going to save on transaction fees. I'm going to save on transaction fees. Can you give this a try?
The thing that bothers me about if I can take a step back about like these big companies and axing half their workforce is there's no opportunity for recourse. For example, like I get Ubers right pretty regularly at the moment because I don't have a car and I've got to get around the city, and like I reckon 1/3 of the time the driver accepts the job, does not move for like 15 minutes and then cancels, wastes my time, and the reason they do that is to try and increase the fare. So, but in that time, you probably could have done one or two more jobs.
Do they really?
Yeah. So And there's like,
Get a bike, man. Get an electric bike.
yeah, I probably will. But I take a screenshot to send to Uber, and there's no one I can talk to. There's no opportunity for recourse. The AI chatbots that they have are shit. And so like, I hate that stuff. Like, so I'm
Well, yeah. So any opportunity I would be as a cafe or retailer, take it away from these providers or these banks, and
yeah, connect me with Mr. Ping.
yeah, I'll CC
Because none of
you
these
on an
companies
email.
give a shit about you. Let's be real. Like
No.
they're just,
And not to sound like it's a full-on promotion with him, because we're not officially working together at all, but he's offering something like for every customer you get on, he'll offer a special to your people. So it's like he'll give you $10 essentially, and then you can be like $2 coffee for the first time you use it or something, or $1 coffee, and you take the $9 or something.
yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Ping.
Pyng, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'll send you his details. You can call him, and because I really want my friends who are cafe owners, like a bunch of you, to use it, give me honest feedback about it and how easy is it, because there's obviously going to be some little finicky things because it's pretty new, but I'd be curious because we need stuff like that.
Well, the way these other companies get you is convenience, right? But
Yeah.
like the convenience has flaws. Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, Square goes down once or twice a year without explanation, and that's always a fun
Right?
day.
And that just ruins it.
Yeah, and like even their reporting, like you're trying to get some statistics, and it's like really hard to get reports off Square as well. It's like unnecessarily hard. So I'm with you.
Yeah,
we need
give
some
it a crack.
competition.
Yeah, there needs to be, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, what how should we wrap this up? You got to go in a moment. So what's the last thing? Mark Crotti breakfast shirts.
Well, did you want to speak about anything coffee related? I feel like I'm the most coffee guest you've had on here.
No, I get some. Oh, maybe you are. I don't know.
I definitely am, man.
I don't know.
I know nothing about coffee.
Well, I think there's some dialogue that needs to be had about, in the context of this Iran war, right? And the coffee industry has been under crisis in Australia, under siege for nonstop since COVID.
Yep.
Whether it's like COVID, lockdowns, cost increases, all that sort of stuff. And the prices remain pretty static. And, like no one wants to really increase their prices that much, but, just be forgiving to cafe owners that, have to do that, have to increase their prices, because it's probably going to happen again.
Yeah.
I think everyone should universally raise their prices by 50 cents this year.
Yeah.
And
I agree. And I've always been a supporter of raising the prices, although I did get slammed by my own people the other day for thinking that a particular chicken wrap was not worth $18 and it was worth $14.
okay.
But I do agree, like you pay for things and we should be paying more overall.
But yeah,
for
and
sure.
coffee gets picked on for more than other industries. Like
It does. Yep.
I think beer gets away with it because most of it's tax.
Yeah.
And that's
what was I going to say? The coffee thing.
something to do with price rises. Let me jog your memory. I'm going to try and extract this thought from your brain. Right, so
Price rises.
price rises.
Oh yeah, I looked up because I was like, someone needs to start a revolution where we all get people to increase the prices on the same day or something. You could do it town by town. Get like I go in to 20 cafes, like, let's all up the prices on the same day, so it doesn't affect everyone. I think that's illegal.
It's illegal.
Yeah, I remember Googling it because I was like,
collusion.
Yeah, something like that,
yeah,
and
yeah.
raising, which is a bit.
I don't think it's illegal for me to say right here, right now. Oh, alarm's going off. Right, that's the.
Yeah,
we'll shut the
go
fuck
on.
up soon.
Yeah.
July 1. Is July 1 International Increase Your Coffee Prices Day? It's probably a bit soon. I think we need a bit more.
By you saying that.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not saying you should increase your coffee prices on July 1.
We're suggesting.
We're not even suggesting. We're just saying
It could happen.
We're just saying, no, we're predicting that July 1 is going to be great weather. And you should enjoy the weather on July 1. If you're a coffee shop and you like weather, you should enjoy it on July the 1st. And you should all do it at the same time.
And if you're a coffee consumer, it coincidentally may cost you an extra 25 to 50 cents on that day. Coincidentally. But, what
expect
of it?
Yeah.
It's inflation.
Yeah.
What's 50 cents?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my thing is, which I try and always
What's
say,
diesel these days, you know?
right?
Yeah.
If diesel's allowed to increase by 50
Yeah,
cents.
the Strait of Hormuz is about to block itself, you know? Like,
My thing I always try and drill in, which I probably deliver poorly because the more I use social media over the last years, the less I've read. And I'm actually becoming dumber, which I'm sure a lot of us are. I don't read books anymore.
100%.
I'm just on this thing all the time. I forget words. My vocabulary is dropping by the day and I hate it. So I'll try my best to articulate, a good sentence here. The more we put coffee shops and the coffee industry in this position of no one feeling like they can increase their prices because they're scared they're going to lose customers, it's not going to work, but they kind of have to. Coffee shops are going to close, and the ones who are going to be left are the huge conglomerates which have no soul, no character, and this amazing coffee culture which Australia has will just start to take a downhill turn, and you won't be able to go and see that local coffee shop which has that community and that nice feeling that everyone loves so much. And that they will just start to knock off, and there will just all be a Starbucks on the corner or whatever it is, and there'll just be carbon copies. There'll be no variety. That's just not good for art. It's not good for community. It's not good for Australia. So that is why you pay more for a coffee at a local coffee shop than Macca's or this and that or whatever. And that is why we should continue to pay more.
and I would argue that coffee is one of Australia's primary industries in a way, because not only do we excel at it, do well at it, it's internationally renowned, it supports hospitality. A lot of people travel here because I want to go experience the
So
the coffee.
true.
So we support the tourism industry.
Yeah.
We keep the city running, caffeinated, and it's an excellent third spot. So like the role that plays in Australian society is enormous, and you'll be sorry if it ever goes.
Exactly.
So
You said it a lot quicker
yeah,
than I did.
well,
But yeah,
what can I say? I talk for a living.
you do.
But anyway, let's wrap it up there. Been wonderful to have you, Mark Crotti.
Mate, thanks for having me.
The podcast yet again. Well, this is the first time on this podcast that I've had you. But
True.
remember Business Kirk?
Yeah, Business Kirk.
That
was great.
asshole.
Yeah, that loser.
He'll come back one day. Real
Yeah.
estate agent.
Keen to see him again.
But yeah, thanks again. Good luck touring the country, eating breakfast.
Good luck with your hopefully moving overseas and all that.
Yeah, no, it's on the cards, on the burner. But thanks for listening, everyone. If you made it through, congratulations to Owner Coffee, who are the magical spellbinding best roaster in the country forever. But we'll have a bracket coming soon. All right, hooroo, everyone! You can either listen to the third Oatly ad of the day about how you can go to oatly.com and find recipes for the amazing drinks, or read the Future of Taste report. It's from the future, or learn about the sustainability work, or you can press the 15-sec forward button on your pod playing device. It's totally up to you.